Hello boys and girls. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a Chinese dragon. Remember, as I'm teaching you how to draw, you are the artist, so if you want to do something differently, draw the eyes a different way, add some extra details, maybe you want to make it a unicorn dragon instead of two horns, it's up to you. You are the artist. So, my first step is to start with the eyes. When I draw the eyes, I draw them over a little bit to the side over here. And I go down to the middle, and then I go just a little bit lower, and then I go over to the side because I want to make sure that I have room for my head and the rest of my body in my drawing. The size of the eyes should be the size of a quarter. This is actually way bigger than a quarter. Luckily, I'm using pencil, so I'll erase. Okay, roughly the size of a quarter. And we'll draw two eyes that are, I'm drawing mine touching. You can make yours a little bit further apart. Then I'm going to actually go over that now with Sharpie. And I'm going to draw, leave a little bit of white, and I'm going to draw two circles so that it looks like the eyes have a little bit of a highlight in them. And then using my permanent marker, I'm going to color in the blacks of the eyes. If you're starting with pencil, you should be starting with pencil. I'm doing this so that you can see it. Don't color it in with pencil. Wait until you have a permanent marker to color it in and you're happy with the shape of your eyes. Now my next step is to draw the nose of my Chinese dragon. And we want the nose to be a little ornamental. That means have a little bit of a design so that it looks like something that the Chinese artists would have created. And I'm going to do this in marker as well so that you can see. I think I will use orange for my nose. So first I draw a curved line like this. And then on either side, I'm going to draw a spiral. But if the spiral goes this way on this side, it has to do the opposite on the other side. So I'm going to draw the opposite spiral, trying to make it the same shape and the same size. In between, I'm going to connect those just like that. Now I'm going to draw the bridge of the nose. And that's a shape like this. I draw a diagonal on this side, and I draw a diagonal on this side, and then I draw a curved line. And then what I like to do is to draw a couple lines in there. Give it a little more pattern and interest. Okay. After I have finished the nose, then I'm going to draw the whiskers. So starting at the nose in the center, I'm going to see that dot there. I'm going to draw a line over this way and draw a line over this way. Now I'm showing you this in water-based markers. You'll notice that the eyes were permanent markers, but the rest of the face is going to be water-based markers because we're going to turn these markers into watercolor. Now, starting at the side of the nose, like right here, I'm going to draw a zigzag line. And then on the other side of my whiskers, I'm going to do the same thing, trying to give them reflective symmetry. That means it's the same on both sides. But if it's not exactly the same, that's okay. This one is a little bit longer. So sometimes if you see that you did that, you can make this one a little bit longer. You can try to correct it with your marker. Okay. Next, I'm going to draw the mouth, and that's just a little line like this. And I'm going to add some teeth in my mouth. Now I am going to go back to orange, and I'm going to add a zigzag line to finish the mouth. Now, for my next step, I add a circle lightly in pencil around my head. And on that circle, I'm going to draw another zigzag line. See how I go just touching the curved line? It's the top of the head. Keep going all the way around. Added some fur to my dragon. When you know this is dry, you can use your eraser and you can erase those pencil lines. Yeah, I'm almost done with my head. The next step is to draw the ears. So I'm going to make my ears red again. And you're going to start close to the eyes. So the eye is here, kind of even with that. Draw a little line. I'm going to do the same on this side. Even with this, draw a line. Then I'm going to draw another line so it looks like a triangle shape. You can make your ears any shape that you want. I usually put a little bit of a spiral in the ear, but you can do whatever you want again. And finally, we're going to finish this off by drawing one. Oh, nope, we need horns first. So we're going to draw horns on each side. And when I draw the horns, I'm going to draw them in pencil. I draw a curved line and a curved line. Then I draw a little curved line inside. Then I draw a V shape. That's my easy horn, but you could just draw two triangles as well. Okay. Finally, now is the time that we are going to finish the head by adding some fur all the way around and finish off with the shape of the head. And again, I think I will do this in a red so that it looks like a fire dragon. So again, from those lines, we're going to draw a zigzag. At the bottom, we don't have a lot of room, so I'm going to zigzag. Just like that. Maybe you draw your dragon head a little bit higher so that you had the room that I did not have. And the head of our dragon is complete. Notice I'm erasing my pencil lines again. I can actually make these more stylized, a little more like hair. Now it's time to draw the body, and we will also make the body red. I'm going to start right around where the ear is, even with the eye again. Actually, I'll go a little bit lower, right there where they meet. And I'm going to draw a curved line. It's going to continue just like that. That is the serpent-like body of my dragon going off the page. I'm going going to go back down to where the head is, and I'm going to draw the other part. That's going to go off the page because you want to imagine a serpentine body is going to go. So it's going to have this much space here. I'm going to have this much space here. And maybe go in a little bit like that. Next, I'm going to draw the legs. Now the legs are made up of different parts, different shapes. We have the thigh muscle, then we have the foreleg, and then we have the toes. So what I do is I draw a thick thigh muscle that overlaps with the body. Then I draw a skinny oval for the forearm right there, and then I draw 4 little toes. Now I take my marker and I go around those shapes. And I erase. Many times I'll also add claws onto my dragon. Let me show you that again. We'll put another back leg up here. It is a circle. And then I have a skinnier, like that's the thigh muscle, this is the foreleg. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I go around that with my marker. And I erase. Now my dragon is complete. You might want to add some decorative elements like some flames, or spikes on the back, and forgot the claws. You want to add the dragon scales onto your dragon. So the way that I do dragon scales is I draw little curved lines. So let me turn this way to show you. I will draw little U shapes that are touching one another. Now this is very important. This is the tricky part. The next row that you do is going to be at the bottom of the last U shape. So if this is the bottom of my U shape, you see where all the bottoms are? Now I'm going to go over just like that. So let me show you that again. If I put the bottom just where the bottom is, put a little dot, and I draw another row of U's touching one another. Just like that. And you're going to do that for your entire dragon. If you're doing the legs, you're probably going to want to change the direction of the U and make them smaller because the leg is smaller, so it would have smaller scales. Just like that. Finally, after you've done all of your drawing, gone over everything with a water-based marker, it is time to add water. So, when you are using water, all you need is a cup of water and a little brush. And you don't want to use too much water, so you should have a paper towel that you can kind of blot off your brush. And you're going to use the water just at the edge of of each of your objects. I actually leave a little bit of white showing as well, so that it looks like it has a little bit of shine to it and a little bit of glimmer. I'm going to do that for each of the shapes. Each of the scales is going to have a little bit of water. You're going to have water in the mouth. That was too much water, that dropped off, so I'm just going to blot a little bit of that up. If you want areas to be darker after it's dry, you can use the marker again and go back over it. Maybe you want to add some different colors to your dragon. So maybe if I wanted maybe some yellow in the nose, I could just kind of color it with a little bit of yellow. With the water after. So you want to experiment, have fun. One more thing that you might want to know how to create is the cloud in the sky, an Asian style cloud or Chinese style cloud. And the way that you do that is just draw a cloud with these curved lines like U's that are going in a circle. And then inside, add a couple spirals, just like with the nose. I'm gonna finish with my scales and get right back to you. My dragon is just about complete. The last steps, I added some of this gold colored marker to my horns and to my nails. I also would touch up some of these areas. I started to do it here where I felt like it needed to be darker. So I took my magic marker and I kind of colored the edge a little bit where I wanted it to be darker after it was dry. You can also, so that it looks like things are coming back, like the mustache is forward, the hair should come back a little bit. So if I add a little bit of shadow, I'm going to color in the mouth a little bit, give it a little more dimension. Except for those teeth, I want to go around. Okay, so you can decide where you want things to be darker, where you want them to be lighter. You might want to add a little bit of orange back here to blend in to the hair back here. And your dragon is just about complete. So look at your dragon, make those decisions as an artist. Decide, oh, I can't really see that. That doesn't look like it's going back in space. What can I do to change that? I'm going to add a little bit more shadow. And you are finished. The last thing you need to do is to include your artist signature, which I am going to do at the bottom of my paper. Just do that now. Your artwork is complete. The last thing, sometimes your water, if you were going quickly and there were drops places, you might have lost some of the lines. So you want to go back over some of those scales or some of those lines to really define them more. And your artwork is complete. I can't wait to see what you create, boys and girls. Have a wonderful day.